Ayo, this is Dash, and kind of want to talk to you guys quickly about what you're going to see in this video. A few weeks ago, I did a voiceover for a video that I did, kind of telling you my thought process behind what I was doing. So that got me to thinking. Unfortunately, again, the pandemic is still, putting a damper on things, but things are starting to pick up. I have been asked to do a few events here and there. Coming up, those bookings are coming. In the meantime, I said, you know what I should do? Look back at some of my older, cringier videos and do voiceovers on them for you guys to tell you what my thought process was or is when I was doing other things way back when. A lot of my processes are still the same, so they still hold true. Hopefully it'll help you out, and we're gonna watch an oldie but a goodie. I have not seen this video in entirety in 3 years, so hold on, let's go. Get ready.
Today, I'm gonna kick it basic.
Man,
we're gonna do some burgers
look at me.
and some hot dogs out on Traeger.
What was I thinking? Always go bearded. Alright, so I took my, whatever the weight on that meat was, and I just cut it up into 8 even pieces with that dough cutter or dough scraper. Just kind of formed them, got them a little flat. I probably could have gotten them even flatter, but those work. And there's 5 of us, and there's 8 burgers. So, and actually, now thinking about it, I did some turkey burgers and beef burgers. So, yeah, we're gonna see. All right, got these kind of, and you see, no filler, no nothing. It's just straight meat. Oh, look how organized that is. I moved them and got them closer so that when I was seasoning them, there was less chance for me to spill some of that salt and pepper on the foil and not get it onto the burgers. So those salt and pepper shakers, they're not shakers, they're actually battery operated. And the thing is, I use those because you see I have a gloved hand and I have a clean hand. If I had to use a fresh grinder, oh, here's the intro. But if I had to use the fresh grinder, I was going to have to use 2 hands to do it. So that battery operated one takes that away, alleviates that. I think I still have a description or links in the description for those.
I figured, what's the best way to figure out, to determine how
Dash from
the Traeger performs
3 years ago.
But I've been doing some things that I don't do often on the Traeger, just kind of throwing some different things at it.
So this is from January of 2019.
Burgers,
we actually just got back from Mexico. If you guys remember, we went on vacation to Cancun, and I trimmed my beard down, and obviously you see I just have a goatee.
Like and or don't like about the Traeger, and some of the things that are different. I keep getting, or you guys keep asking me, how do I like it? How does it compare? And I keep trying to explain to you guys, I'm not trying to compare it, okay? But if I had to make a comparison, the easiest way to explain it would be the pellet grill is like a propane grill is to a charcoal grill, okay? You know, when you cook on the propane grill, and this is one of the reasons people dislike propane, they're different. You're not going to get the same flavors. You're not going to get the same way of cooking. I don't know how else to explain it. They're just different. To me, the propane grill is going to be like a pickup truck.
This is one of my best analogies.
It's convenient to have. It's limited in the amount of people you can carry with an extent. I know you can get a crew cab and a long bed and all those things like that. Just bear with me. What if you had a regular cab, a short bed, right? The pickup truck is going to be like that Old Faithful, right? Let's say you have a full-size pickup truck that can do any and everything. Let's say it's a dually, like a quad cab dually, okay? It can tow a house, it can do all of those things. That's your charcoal grill. Your charcoal grill is going to be way more versatile, because if you have that big old 8-foot bed and you need to only use a foot of it, you can. But in your regular cab, your propane grill, you might not be able to fit a full sheet of plywood. Okay, you might not be able to tow a mobile home or, you know, like a trailer or RV or what have you, but you can in your utility dually. All right. Now, to me, the pellet grill is kind of like my van up, my cargo van. My cargo van will tow just about as much as a pickup truck. I can't fit nearly as much everything inside of the cargo van, and I can't fit it as easily as I could in a dually pickup truck. And I know I'm a car guy, so these things are kind of, well, all right. Now, you're probably wondering where Sammy the Big Green Egg fits in all of this. I think Sammy's more like a sports car. Sammy goes fast. She goes fast, she goes fast, she goes hot, she goes fast. There's nothing wrong with that. But there are times when you need to use some of your other vehicles. Hopefully, this analogy isn't lost on some of you guys. Hopefully, you guys understand where I'm coming from. So again, the propane grill is going to be like your regular cab, short bed pickup truck. It'll get the job done in a pinch, and it starts up every single time because it's very convenient. Okay, convenient. Where the cargo van is also very convenient, but the dually pickup truck is just so big. Sometimes it's just overkill. Okay, it's overkill sometimes for you to have to light the charcoal, wait for the charcoal to come up to temperature, cook whatever it is you're going to cook, and it's going to take all of 5 to 10 minutes to cook, and then you put your charcoal grill out. Okay, you guys have seen my big rectangular charcoal grill. That's more or less what I'm thinking of here when I think of that dually, right? It takes a lot to get it going. Once I get it going, you know, it takes a lot for it to come back down. So that's where the pellet grill comes in. And I know I said all of that to say that's where the pellet grill comes in. The pellet grill is different. So just think, everyone, I feel like everyone wants to make an apples to apples comparison between a pellet grill and a charcoal grill. That's not the case. I haven't found that to be the case. I'm not trying to make it be the case. When I got the pellet grill, I wanted to keep open eyes, and I wanted to just use it to see how it worked. I've cooked chicken on it. I've cooked beef ribs on it. I've cooked salmon on it a couple times. I haven't done any sort of brisket. I haven't done any real intense smoking. I did do some macaroni and cheese. This was early on when I had that
pellet grill, so I hadn't done a whole bunch with it yet. But I have done a lot of those things since.
I've done chicken a few times on the Traeger, and I've had decent results. But I'm still trying to figure out exactly where it's going to fit in a mix. So today I'm going to be using the Traeger hot and fast, and we'll see what happens when we cook some regular hot dogs, some regular hamburgers. All right, I'll see y'all at the grill.
I'm looking at this and I'm seeing the sparkly lights from where we had one of those lamp projectors projecting, looked like snowflakes or whatever on the side of the house, but they were colored. This brings back memories. So this is me showing you how fast that Traeger starts up and gets going. Oh my gosh, some of you guys will remember when that fire alarm was going off at the neighbor's house or a neighbor's house across the driveway. I haven't heard that sound in a while. All right, so now I'm turning the cooker all the way up, so it shows at the maximum heat. The target is 450 degrees.
So
here's me
just
talking
so you don't
about
think
that
you're
thing.
crazy, I have one of those projectors that projects onto the side of the house. So that's what you're seeing in the video. So don't think you're crazy.
Remember, this was
and of
after
course,
Christmas.
The side of my house is where my grill is. So yeah, like I said, don't think you're crazy.
Wait till it gets warmed up. Scrape those grates. So you're seeing me use one of those wire bristle brushes, and then I won't say they were all the rage, but you have to be careful with them. I always check to make sure there was nothing on the grates. I have seen problems with those, so be careful. Look at that fancy editing. I've gotten so much better between now and then. See if I do anything fancy with the burgers. Oh, that beeping. Somebody keep track of how many times you hear the beep during this video. And it only happened, obviously, when I was outside on the side of the house. There's the thumbnail. Fun fact, I still haven't used that spatula. It is by far my favorite spatula. The fancy editing again. Okay. I don't know what I was trying to do, but I think I was rather surprised at how these were coming out. They were coming out more like they were being openly baked as opposed to grilled. I'm not sure if I said anything about that later in the video. Again, I haven't watched this video. I'm cold watching it with you guys. And that shelf in that Traeger, it gets in the way sometimes. And here's one of those instances where I couldn't get in there to flip the burger in the back. But I'm just going to use the tongs a little easier. Oh, I was gonna say, I don't know why those burgers on the left were, those are turkey burgers. That's why they look differently. I'm trying to see how done they are or aren't. And I'm moving things around just so I can kind of see it a little better. The ones in the back weren't cooking much faster than the ones in the front. I thought they were looking pretty decent though. Not getting too charred. And I'm okay with that. Now, let's see. Do I move them down or do I just turn it around? Yep, turning them around. I was wondering if I was gonna move them down, because if I put something on the front of the Traeger, it'll get charred because you're getting more heat coming off of that deflector plate. But it also puts more grease down into the bottom of the Traeger, and it doesn't get captured with the deflector. You see on the right side, down on the right, the deflector tray, the grease runs down off to the right side, and it gets caught, captured into that bucket. God, that beefing. I do not miss that beefing. So they're the two turkey burgers that I'm flipping right now. They're on the far left. And had an epiphany. I said, I think I'm going to break the cheese in half so I can differentiate. But I'm not sure if I did that for just the turkey burgers or if I did it for all of them. Yeah, this would be a good time to have a thermometer that I didn't have so I could check the internal temperature as opposed to putting a hole in it. Yeah, they're not done. They're not done. I thought those were looking okay though. Those hot dogs have exploded. Turkey burgers. Those are going to the missus. And it seems like I put more turkey burgers on. There's two more of them in the back. With that fancy editing again, that jump cut. What? Try to flip these burgers so they can cook a little more evenly. set those in the house. I'll be right back. Alright. Tore this one in half too. Let's see if I do it on all of them. Gosh, that beeping. So I think I turned the heat down a little bit to help the burgers finish throughout, as well as let them. What did I say?
Right. So, yeah. Hi. Okay, so I wanted to give you my final thoughts on that. So obviously, I was just finishing editing the video, and a little bit of problem. One, I already filmed this part afterward, but you know me and my problematic data.
The camera.
Saving, recovering, moving. Every now and again, I lose some data. This is one of those times. I didn't want to just like leave you guys with a text message with what my thoughts were. I wanted to convey the message. So as you were seeing, when I was cooking the burgers, they seem to take a very long time. The grill is, when cooking hot and fast, it is not actually as hot or fast as I would like it to be.
This is still the same
now,
complaint
one of
I
those
had
things it
years
could just
later.
be is because of the fact that,
and I think it might just be the Traeger, that particular Traeger that
cooking
I
on a
had.
charcoal grill, it gets much hotter.
It just doesn't get hot
Cooking on a
enough. It
charcoal
still
grill,
doesn't.
you're cooking much faster. Those things being said, it was not a deal breaker for me cooking with the Traeger. I thoroughly enjoy cooking with the Traeger because of the fact that it's predictable. Is probably the best way I can put it. It's predictable. Even if I left the food sitting out on the grill for 10 or 15 minutes and got tied up with something in the house. Now, mind you, almost every time you heard that swoosh, it was probably about 5 to 7 minutes, no more than 10 minutes
transition
in between when I was doing something on the grill, and I would go inside just to stay warm, basically, and then come back out and flip the burgers or check the hot dogs or things like that. So that cook probably took about 20-25 minutes all told. It was very predictable. There was no, how do I put it, nothing really stood out, and it wasn't like I said, there was no issues with the cook. Like I said, the grill was predictable, which is a good thing, especially if you are doing something. One of the things I'm learning to do is to more or less trust the Traeger because of the fact that
it's different.
It just cooks slow. Again, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm expecting, I guess probably it's cooking slower. One of the other things too, I believe it's probably cooking slower because of the fact that it's cold out. Once it warms up, I'm expecting the Traeger to perform perform differently because the grill itself isn't having to fight
and
with
having
the
it
elements,
stay at a higher temperature,
and it's not having to work as hard. Now, I did cook, or I tried to cook at 450. I did notice the grill struggled to get up to about 400 degrees. And it kind of hovered around 400, 425 at the absolute most. It never maxed out at 450 because of the fact that it's so cold. Now, I think when I started the grill, it was probably about 30 degrees, which obviously you guys know it is winter, and I am in Baltimore, so it's cold. I think, that's pretty much it. I do thoroughly enjoy the grill. I was talking to my wife about it yesterday. I really like the grill. I like the convenience, and that's one of those things. And so she was asking some of you guys will get it, some of you guys won't. In the afternoons when I come home, and I film these videos most afternoons after I worked all day, and I want to get out or put out some content that is grilling related. It's super simple for me to be able to walk in the house with a raw pack of meat or something that needs to be cooked, start the Traeger, have it to come on, clean it out, get it going up to temperature in less than 10 to 15 minutes, and then cook outside, you know, have a decent grill flavor. Now, of course, it's not going to be as much smoke flavor as a traditional stick burner. It's not going to be the same flavor as a charcoal grill. It's not. They're not the same. That's the thing I want to harbor on is they're not the same. And because they're not the same, I would like for you guys to stop trying to compare them, because they're not.
This is a debate.
Now, you give me another pellet grill that I can compare one pellet grill to another pellet grill, great. The Traeger stands alone. And I'm not just going to single out the Traeger. I think almost all pellet grills are going to stand alone, and they're going to do something differently. Really, it is a good or happy median between the propane grill, the charcoal grill, and a smoker. I mean, as far as versatility and, you know, temperature variance, obviously your grill is going to be up here, the pellet grill comes in about here, and your smoker should be used about here, and your propane is over here, because you can kind of vary the temperature as well. Though the propane grill and the pellet grill are going to be pretty much equal on as far as the playing field with heating goes. So as far as high temperature, I know that's a lot to say. I know this is has been a bit rambly. I talked a bit in the beginning, and obviously I'm talking a bit now. But I wanted to get my thoughts out while obviously I'm thinking about it. You guys know as well as any. Leave me some feedback down below. Ask your questions away. I can try to answer them as best as I can. I am still learning on the Traeger. I've only had it for about a month and a half, almost 2 months now, and I'm learning. I'm still trying to figure out the best things to do, the best methods to do things on it with it on. Anyway, if you like what you saw today, if you learned something, please make sure you leave me a comment and or some a thumbs up down below. Make sure you turn the notification bell on so you can be notified whenever one of these videos goes live, or I start a live stream. That's been happening more and more frequently lately. Whenever I have some downtime or some free time, I try to set up a live stream, catch some of you guys in and or on the live stream. And last but not least, thank you again as always for watching.
More butter, baby.